What I believe that we need to do as business and community leaders is demonstrate principled leadership and live principled lives. Because I think clearly all of us as a society have drifted in the wrong direction, and I think we need the right kind of principles. At BB&T, we have 10 core values, 10 core principles by which we live our business, and I believe these values are applicable for individuals, organizations, and our society as a whole. Underlying these 10 core values are what I believe are the three great virtues. The three great virtues: purpose, reason, and self-esteem. Purpose, reason, and self-esteem. As human beings, we're purpose-directed entities. We have to know where we're going in order to get there. Organizations, businesses, universities, civic organizations are simply groups of human beings. For organizations to be successful, the people in those organizations must vest in the purpose of that organization. While the content of purpose will vary, the context, I would argue, is the same for all of us. First, I believe that every person in this room wants to make the world a better place to live. I believe you wouldn't be here this morning if you didn't want to make the world a better place to live. The interesting thing is there's lots of ways to make the world a better place to live. You don't have to go feed hungry children in Africa to make the world a better place to live. Businesses make the world a better place to live. In fact, a lot of the difference between the quality of life in Africa and the United States is primarily explained because we have better businesses that provide better products, better services. Businesses know will work. Good doctors, good teachers, good homemakers make the world a better place to live. There are lots of ways to make the world a better place to live, but I believe everybody in here wants to make the world a better place to live. But the second part of purpose is equally important and way under-discussed. I believe that every person in this room should make the world a better place to live doing something you want to do for you. You have the moral right to your own life. And interesting enough, you make the world a better place to live and you didn't enjoy doing it, you would have given away the most precious thing you have, which is your own life. And by the way, you're not going to do a very good job making the world a better place to live if you really don't want to do it. And I think we do way too little discussion with our children, telling them that they should make the world a better place to live, but doing something they want to do for them, that their life has meaning, that their life is an end in itself. The means by which we accomplish our purpose is our capacity to think. I use the term reason. Everything that's alive has a method of staying alive. A lion has claws to hunt with, a deer has speed to avoid the hunter. We have the capacity to think. And our capacity to think is literally our only means of survival, success, and happiness, and not any shortcuts or not any free lunches. There are two institutional pillars that allow human beings to think effectively. The first is liberty, is freedom. In order to think, you have to have the freedom to think independently, to think outside constraints. In academia, they get that. They talk about academic freedom. But the same people somehow assume that we can run businesses without freedom, that we can come up with better ideas and better solutions. And they pass these rules that literally keep us from thinking. In my career, I've seen hundreds of opportunities to raise the quality of life for our clients that were against the law. There are lots of things that are against the law that would make life better. You can't think if you aren't free to think. And regulations prevent people from thinking as productively as they can. The second institutional pillar is education. Basically, in order to be productive, we have to know how to do it, and education is the foundation of productivity. We have to have effective educational systems. We need to have the courage to objectively face the fact that our current K-12 education system is failing. And we need another solution. And that solution is going to have to require competition as we have in the marketplace. It has to be a different solution than we have today. The interesting thing, the means by which we accomplish our purpose is our capacity to think, and we are clear about our purpose and use our capacity to think, we need to do something really important. We need to raise our self-esteem. And self-esteem is very important because it is the foundation for happiness. And happiness is the end of the game. Sometimes in business we get confused. We think money is the end of the game. Nothing wrong with money, but money is not an end. It can be a means to an end, but it's not an end. The end is happiness. And I mean that in a life well lived, broad sense of that word. And to be happy, you have to have a high level of self-esteem. Well, here's something that is very important to appreciate. I believe for every person in this room and for most people in our society, the single biggest driver of self-esteem is work. And I use work in the broadest context. Raising children is very productive, very, very hard work. Work is the single biggest driver of self-esteem. Something I say to all the employees at BB&T. It's real important to BB&T that you do your job well, but it's far, far, far more important to you. You might fool me about how well you do your job. You might fool your boss about how well you do your job, but you'll never fool you. If you don't do your work the best you can possibly do it, give them your level of skill, give them your level of knowledge, you can't do the impossible. But if you don't do your work the best you can possibly do it, you're going to lower your self-esteem. Good news, the flip is true. Do your work the best you can possibly do it. Give them your level of skill, give them your level of knowledge, and you will raise your self-esteem. And that's more important than whether you make more money or whether you get a promotion, because it's about who you are. There's a significant societal implication in that concept. Maybe we can think about that for ourselves, but we don't always associate that with everybody else. We're always trying to help poor people. Take an entry-level construction worker that works really hard and just barely makes a living. But he makes a living, he feeds his family, and he gets something really important. He gets to be proud of himself. He gets that self-esteem from his job well done, given his level of skill, his level of knowledge. And maybe his children go to college, and maybe they become very more successful, a classic American success story. Take that same individual and give him welfare. Well, he might have more money, but he's lost something very precious, his self-esteem. The United States is not the land of security. We're not Europeans in our mindset. This is people, we care about security, but this is not the land of security. People didn't get on a boat and come to Jamestown to be secure. The United States is the land of opportunity. The opportunity to be great, the opportunity to fail and try again, the opportunity to be the best you can, just like that entry-level construction worker. That's what America is about. That is the American sense of life, and that's really what we're in the defense of. And I think it has a profound impact on the quality of life for us and our children. Thank you very much.
Many great programs over the years have I suggested a standing ovation, but I'd like to do that right now. An outstanding presentation. Let's take a 10-minute coffee break, and then we'll reconvene and have our panel in place for the second part of our program. Thanks very much.